Hello. How is everybody? Happy New Year. Oh, 2023. You finally have come to us. Okay. So, what are we going to talk about? I don't know. I'm trying to pull up my list. Boy, this is a great way to start off a show, isn't it? uh, so, I think we talked about my New Year's quote unquote resolutions. And so I've been trying to keep up with those, right? So again, these are just like suggestions for myself on what maybe is a not a fuller life, but maybe just a reasonable life. Things that maybe everyone could strive to do. Well, let me rephrase that. Everyone who is of my my age bracket, let's say that, right? Because, well, I don't know, just people in general, right? So, it's the seventh day of the year, and I have stretched every day this year. I have read something every day this year. I have bathed every day this year, which wasn't such a problem of like, you think of folks dealing with mental illness and they just don't bathe, right? It wasn't that. It was more like, this is more of a, like, I want to be sure I bathe before I go to bed at night because I want my bed to be a clean place. Right, like there are plenty of times before, like I would run, say at I don't know, 4 p.m. and get home, and there's stuff to do, and make dinner, empty the dishwasher, do whatever, and then by the time bedtime comes around, like I'm not sweaty anymore. I've already I've changed clothes because there just wasn't time. I don't have time to get in the shower, whatever. And bedtime comes, and I'm like, whatever. I'm just go to bed. And then, I get sweaty, dried, but had been sweaty, greasy hair on the pillow. And then the next night when I'm clean, I'm putting my head down on that pillow again and whatever. So showering, bathing, I'll take baths. Baths are gross. I don't care what you say. And so I've done that stuff. I've, whatever little things like walking, running, stuff like that. And I'm looking to add things to this list as hopefully as these things stick around. And I'm like, okay, I've got these things, and and I still watched like an hour and a half of Big Bang Theory yesterday afternoon when I got home from work early, and Nora was still at work, and I didn't have anything to do. So, what can I do with that time? Like, is there something I can throw in to do like once a week or something like that? So I have these daily, weekly, monthly goals, and so if you have any of those ideas, send them my way. Stretching is the one that I was hemming and hawing about my age bracket, right? Like I don't see many 16-year-olds saying, "Hey, I'm going to stretch today." Like it's probably a good idea. But at 16, most everyone is pretty already flexible and nimble, and maybe stretching isn't a priority. But at my my current place in the chronology of life, and given my kind of soft tissue issues. Stretching, it seems like a very good idea. So I've done that. And so I'm doing these things. And on the list is once a week, do some kind of podcast work. And I think I talked about this. So that could be actually putting out a podcast. It could be just planning for a podcast. It could be working with someone else on their podcast. I'm hoping I just take it as putting a podcast out every week. Like I want to make the goal of putting out a podcast a week. So 52 podcast episodes. I'm saying podcast a lot. this year. And that's a reasonable goal, right? But the other thing about this list is, and I was talking with my therapist about this, is like I want to say that I've constructed this list in a way that is encouraging self-care, right? All these items are good, but I'm allowing myself to miss a checkbox, right? Like it'll be okay if I do. And I don't know that it'll actually be okay if I do, but I'm trying to go about it that way. So we'll see what happens. But I wasn't sure, like, am I doing this? Am I constructing it this way for self-care? Am I constructing it this way so because I know I'm going to fail and I just, whatever, allow failure, or what? I don't know. But 6 full days in, and it's gone pretty well. Yesterday was I was a little close to maybe not reading, but I did. I read, I stretched, I did all the stuff, and good. So, what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about me trying to be more deliberate. That's the podcast. That's the podcast. Let me say podcast one more time. That is where we're going. So, it's Saturday, January 7th, 2023. Holy cow. And as of this recording, I'm still depressed, but I'm not dead. So that was like 7 seconds ago that I said I'm going to talk about being more deliberate. And already I don't know if that's what I want to talk about. But we're going to try. So this goes back to, I don't know, somebody triggered this in my thought process, my brain, my little melon, some time ago. And it's just been kind of noodling in there for a while, like to live a deliberate life, to just be, and maybe it's responsible. Maybe it's live a responsible life. I don't know. Is live a good life? Is it live a respectable life? Like I don't know what it is, but I've fallen in on deliberate, and what I mean by that is it's a little bit like accountability, a little bit of take a breath. Like if you're doing something, do it to the completion kind of thing. And I'm hoping this spills over. Like, so prime example, like the closet, right? We're fortunate where Nora has provided me, she spoils me, provided me with a cozy life. And so we've got, our master bedroom and our own, ensuite. I think that's what they're called, like the bathroom, right? And then I walk through the bathroom and then you go into this closet, and it's a walk-in closet, of sorts. It's not like Hollywood walk-in closets, right? But it's more closet than people need. So there's a fair amount of floor space in there, and I try to keep my area, my side, husband and wife. So her side, my side, her side, his side, whatever. I try to keep it tidy and neat, but I would just kind of like throw crap on the floor in front of, it's like my little IKEA $5.99 shoe rack thing, right? And then I'll just when I get up in the morning and get ready for work, I'll just take care of that. Well, now I don't want to go to bed. I don't want to leave the closet with that situation, right? I want, like, if I'm going and I'm unpacking my gym bag, well, let me take the clothes out of the gym bag, put it in the hamper, and put my gym bag tidy in its little spot where it goes, and maybe even get, just pack the gym bag for the next day or next other day. And I come home and I take off my work shoes and before just be like, I'm putting them on again tomorrow. I'll just kick them off and they'll be right here in front of this little cubby thing that houses my mishmash of stuff that I don't know what to. We all have those things like, I may need this one day, or this in my head, to someone else, this should have sentimental value. So let me hang on to this, or whatever. And so I was allowed to put my shoes there because I'm putting them on. No, you know what? It takes like 1-2 seconds. Let me put them on the shoe rack so they're ready, to go. They're out of the way, but ready to go. And I'm really going to get into the weeds with this, right? So like when I take my shoes off, like untie them, loosen the laces. So tomorrow when I'm putting on the shoes, or next time I'm at the gym, or next time I go running, I don't have to, like, they're ready to just slide my feet into. Like, whatever, like, that's meaningless, right? I mean, what's the difference? The amount of time to untie them and tie them has not changed. But it's a preparation. So it's like, let me put the effort in now to make the next day a little smoother. Like, I don't know. There's that joke like, oh, that's tomorrow JP's problem, or whatever, right? Like, that's tomorrow's guy's problem. Like, that's not my problem today. And I want to try to get away from that, right? Like, let me make things easier for tomorrow JP, or morning JP, or whatever. And I don't know. Does it have value? It sounds like it has. It thinks like it has value. It smacks of value. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm kidding myself. I don't know. But whatever. I don't want to whatever. I can't think of the word that I want to use. But so yeah, so I'm trying to do those things. And, if something kind of needs to be done, well, let me, wasn't Nora say, eat the frog? Right? That's a thing? That's a phrase? I've never heard anyone else say it but her. But it's like, hey, I've got to eat the frog, right? Whatever, for whatever. I don't know why you'd have to eat a frog, but whatever. I've got to eat the frog. Let me just eat the frog, get it out of the way, and move on. And so I'm trying to do that. And we are 6 full days in, and I think I'm being successful so far. We'll see. We'll see how it grows, shrinks, flourishes, how it, I'm open to ideas from anybody who thinks like, hey, here's something, like, you do this, like, here's something I do every day that I found value, or makes me feel accomplished if I do this small thing. And like, I don't know how elaborate I want to get into it. Do I want a checkbox that I call mom twice a week? Right? Do I want that? Do I want a checkbox that I don't even know. I don't know. Blah blah blah. Right? But it's things like podcast communications is on there for like once a week. So at least once a week, I'm gonna sit down and respond to emails that I've received from you fabulous listeners and friends. So yeah, I don't know. Me, more deliberate. That seems like a good idea. It does. So yeah, what else is going on? I mean, it's work is really slow right now. In fact, they're encouraging us to take vacation days, which I think is pretty crappy. I haven't asked. It's not clear to me if what me not getting whatever 36 hours in a week consecutively, maybe, what that means about anything. And does it jeopardize my status as a full-time employee? I have definitely worked in locations for companies before where that was true. But I mean, if that's the case, I think it's like it's on them to do that, right? So they're like encouraging us. My boss called me last night and said, "Hey, next week is looking really short, and I know you're already taking Friday off. Maybe you want to take another day." I'm like, I don't. That's not why I have vacation days, right? That's not why I have sick days to supplement the work, right? It's there for to take a break. It's like well-earned rest. It's a perk, right? It's not it's not a necessity, right? It's not, I guess it's not supplemental income, right? So we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing this week. Like Nora is fine. Like I'd rather you just held on to it. I said Nora spoils me, and she does. And my pay is not paying the mortgage, right? I mean, if I stopped working altogether, things obviously would change and be different, but we'd figure it out, right? So there's that. But I don't know. I don't like having so much free time. Like I just had my girls came out for New Year's, and so they came out Thursday last week. So they're here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I had Friday was a day off. It was New Year's Eve observed, and Monday was a day off. It was New Year's Day observed. And I wanted to spend as much time. My 18-year-old is home from college, so let's spend a little more time together. So I took Thursday off. So I had 5 days off in a row. And oh my gosh, it's just, I did all right, but like I guess I don't know. I feel off when I don't have that structure of a work day. That kind of flow, the rhythm of a work day. And I'm kind of bumping into that, right? I mean, it's conceivable. It's conceivable that I can do all my work in one day next week. In fact, it's very doable if I want to. I'm going to see about, digging into a few things at some stores, and maybe, I think I can spread it out to 2 days. I'm supposed to work with another rep for a little bit. So I can get like another day and a half a day maybe with her. So, I don't know. What's going to happen with that? It's going to be plenty of time to figure out how to be more deliberate. That's for sure. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. So what else is going on? So that's work. We covered work. Home is home, right? We still have Christmas up because we were so late in putting it up. So that's coming down tomorrow. I mean, that's the thing. Woohoo. Running. I'll give you an update on running. So I've been dealing with this. Seems like I'm always dealing with some kind of pain or injury or something. And so now it's moved to my butt. My kind of side, left side, gluteus maximus, minimus, medius. I don't know. There's different ones, right? There 3 butt muscles, maybe. I don't know. And it gets to a point where it just hurts, like I can't run at all. And so I took some time off and didn't do any running, and now I'm trying to get back into it. And this leads into the stretching thing, right? Like I have a lot of just leg stretches because I, stretch. Everything's connected, so everything from my calves up through my lower back. Excuse me. I try to stretch every day, and hopefully it seems like that's helping. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to do 7 miles tomorrow. There is actually a half marathon coming up in like 5 weeks, and I don't know how that's going to happen. But yeah, Nora and I made these plans last year when we were like we were both like, running is awesome. Let's do it. Let's sign up for races. And she's still in that place, and I'm in the place where running is like I usually am, but more so running is terrible and I hate it. But we've already, paid the money. These races are going to happen, so might as well do them. So yeah, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah. Oh, so really good news. Really good news is my friend Claire. We've talked with her a couple times, I think, and I've talked about her several times. And she has the wonderful podcast, Exercising Depression. And she is 2022 was not such a overall, not such a super great year for her. And she took a break from the show. And but she asked me last night, she sent me a message and said, hey, I'm giving myself all next Saturday to work on the podcast. Would you like to come on and be on my episode? And I said, absolutely. Like, yes, sign me up. Like, do we have to wait that long? So, yay. That if you've found her show, if you've gone to her show from me, like, get signed back up and be ready, because things are coming. And she's perfectly lovely person, and I'm excited to talk with her and work with her on an episode. And hopefully, we'll see. We'll see if I can get her specifically on this show, or maybe she'll just say, yeah, you know what, you can run the episode on my feed, on this feed as well. So we'll see. So yeah, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to talking with Claire, and she's a wonderful person, and you should be excited to hear from her also. Okay. That's going to be it. I've got to get home. I've got to shower so I can check it off the list. And I'm going out to Charlotte to see my girls one more time before my 18-year-old goes back to school. We're going to get some Cold Stone Creamery ice cream, which isn't necessarily the best ice cream. Their ice cream is okay. I think it's their add-ins that make it special. But I was going through gift cards that I've received over the past couple of years, and I seem to have like 3 Cold Stone Creamery gift cards, and it's time to use one. So we're going to do that. And I got to figure out how to log those calories, because that's one of my other check boxes, is log my calories. All about the check boxes. Check. Okay, so email me, jamolke@gmail.com. You can get a hold of me on Facebook if you're still on Facebook, facebook.com/jamolke. That's it for the Jamolkes on the internet. The website is still not up. I'm not on Twitter anymore. And I am on TikTok as Jamolke. I haven't done a lot with that recently, but if you want to see some old stuff, if you want to see what my ugly mug looks like, then go ahead and do that. You can find me there. Or you can text me, of course, in the US, 248-648-1419. Worldwide on WhatsApp, if you use such things, +1 248-648-1419. Message me. You're sure to hear back from me at least once a week. Hopefully more often if you text me. But yeah, reach out. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you have New Year's resolutions, if you have ideas on how I can live a more deliberate life. Or if you just want to chit chat about, whatever's going on in your world. And of course, as always, if you'd like to share your story on this podcast, I would love to sit down and have a conversation with you and chat and share it with others, because others want to hear from those who are having similar experiences. and let's help each other. Let's do that because that's good. All right. All right. Thanks for listening. You all are super special and wonderful, and I adore you. So thanks, everybody. Be safe.